Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to start chapter number 7, Human Environment, Settlement, Transport and Communication. This is for class 7th NCERT. Let us begin. In this chapter they are saying that you have learned, you have discussed, you know that early human beings depend entirely on the nature for their food, for clothing, for shelter, as everything was dependent on the nature. Okay, they get everything from the nature, the land. Okay, but with time they learned new skills to grow food, to build home, and develop better means of transport and communication. As the time was growing, the time was moving, they also learned new skills, how to make better transport, communication, homes, and to grow food. So now, what is settlement? Okay, in this way they modified their environment where they live. So settlements are the places where people build their homes. Okay, so the places where you live, where you build your home, that is settlements. Early human beings lived on the trees and in caves. When they started to grow crops, it became necessary to have a permanent house. The settlements grew near the river valleys as water was available and land was fertile. As when we build, when we make our home, we always keep in mind that there should be all things properly available. As the land is good, the fertile is good. Okay, the land is fertile. Yeah, the shops should be near your home, the water is properly available, the light is also properly available. So after keeping these all things in the mind, then we settle. Okay, so they are saying that was the settlement grew near the river valleys at that time in early humans, as water was available there and the land was fertile. With the development of trade, commerce and manufacturing, human settlements become larger. Settlement flourished and civilizations developed near river valleys. Do you recall the names of civilization that grew along and the banks of river Indus, Tigris, Nile, and Havang He? So, now let us read. Do you know? The place where a building or a settlement develops is called a site. The natural condition for selection of an ideal site are favorable climate, availability of water, suitable land, fertile soil. So these are the things that I told you that we should keep in mind when we are making a settlement, when we are settling. Okay, settlements can be permanent or temporary. Okay, there are two types, permanent and temporary. Settlements which are occupied for a short time, they are temporary, and the settlements that are for like they are permanent, those are permanent settlements. The people living in the deep forest, hot and cold deserts, and mountains often dwell in such temporary settlements. They practice hunting, gathering, shifting, cultivation, and trance. Okay, so let us begin. However, more and more settlements today are permanent settlements. Okay, in these settlements people build home to live, means now they will not move here and there. They will not go here to live or go Delhi or here. If they are settled at one place, they will stay there only. So that is permanent settlement. Here a short story is given. It was a Mary's birthday party. She and her friends were waiting for Gurpreet to arrive so that Mary could cut the cake. At last Gurpreet arrived, tired, coughing terrible. Mary's mother, Mrs. Thomas, patted Gurpreet's back and sighed, "Of the pollution in our city." Prasad had recently come from his village. He asked, why do we have such traffic jams in and such pollution in the cities?" So as you compare the pollution in the villages, the like air, the sky is clean, fresh air is there, but in cities there is too much of pollution because of the vehicles. And in the villages there is not too much use of vehicles. Okay, there is like bullock cart, okay, something like that. The number of vehicle is increasing day by day. Due to that, the growing population in the cities. Mary's father, Mr. Thomas, replied. Mary asked, then why are people coming to the cities? Her mother replied, they come looking for jobs, better education, and medical facilities. So, why the people are coming from village to cities? Because of only one reason, that their job is there, or for medical facilities. Okay, for better education they want. If so many people keep coming to cities, where will all the people live? Mr. Thomas said. That is why you see so many slums and squatter settlement where people stay in a congested and unhygienic condition. Storage of power and water supply are common problems in the cities. Prasad said, our villages may not have big cinema halls, well equipped equipped schools and good hospitals, but we have a lot of open spaces and fresh air to breathe in. So Prasad is saying, as he live in village, that there is not a very good facility, that there are good hospitals, cinema halls, but there is a fresh air and fresh space, there is an open space to live, air to breathe in. When my grandfather was sick, we had to rush him to the city hospital. So they are saying, from the above conversation, we can identify two different pictures of settlement, the rural and the urban settlement. Okay, the villages are rural settlement where people are engaged in activities. Okay, in villages there are many things to do, as agriculture, fishing, forestry, craft work, and trading, etc. But in rurals can be compact or scattered. Okay, rural are of two types. Two settlements are there in rural, that is scattered and compact. Okay, compact is a settlement, like in compact the houses are closely built. Okay, wherever flat land is available. In a settlement, dwellings are spaced over an extensive area. So like in scattered settlements, it's something like village, that it's there is too much of space over. This type of settlement is mostly found in hilly tracts. Okay, thick forest and regions of extreme climate. In rural areas, people build houses to suit their environment. In region of heavy rains, okay, they have slanting roofs, places where water accumulates. In the rainy season, the houses are constructed on a raised platform or slits. So you can see here how the houses are built. Okay, something like this, where the heavy rainfall is there. Okay, thick mud walled houses with thatched roofs are very common in areas of hot climate. मतलब जहाँ पर गर्मी होती है वहाँ पर मड से बने होते हैं, बड़े बड़े बहुत अच्छी रूफ, बहुत बड़ी रूफ्स वाले. एंड वेयर द एरिया इज समथिंग लाइक हैवी रेनफॉल, जहाँ पर बहुत हैवी रेन होती है, पानी भर जाता है, वहाँ पर लंबी लंबी स्टिक्स पर घर को खड़ा किया जाता है, जिससे कि पानी में घर डूबे ना. Local materials like stones, mud, clay, straw, etc. are used to construct houses. The towns are small and the cities are larger. Urban settlements. In urban areas, the people are engaged in manufacturing, trading, and services. Name some of the village, towns, and cities of your state. So, here our settlement topic is finished, where we talked about houses, the settlements, types of settlements, okay, types of houses. Okay, now we came to transport. What is transport? Transport is the means by which people and goods move. In the early days, it took a great deal of time to travel along distances. People had to walk and used animals to carry their goods, because at that time there was no car, train, buses, bikes, scooters. At that time, the people use bullock carts or animals to move here to there. Invention of the wheel made transport easier. So when the invention of wheel is made, the transport become little bit easier. Okay. With the passage of the time, different means of transport developed, but even today, people use animals for transport. So they are saying, but today also, so many people in the villages also they used animal for transport. Horse cart as a mode of transportation. You can see this is a horse, and at the back it is a cart. So nowadays also it's not like it is this culture is finished, but yeah, in villages it is used. In our country, donkeys, mules, bullocks, and camels are common. In the Andes mountain of South America, llamas are used, as are yaks. In Tibet, the early traders from other countries used to take several months to reach India. Okay, so from another country to India, months are taken. Okay, to travel months are taken, but nowadays only in 8, 9, 10 hours with the help of aeroplane airways we can go to one to another continent or country. Okay, country, they took either the sea route or the land route. Aeroplanes have made travel faster. So now it takes only 6 to 8 hours to travel from India to Europe. See what I said? The same thing is written. Modern means of transport thus save time and energy.